What is up, everybody? It is your boy Carlos here, CBVRLOS, back with another video today. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because you guys have been on a roll with this X video that I did, which was Jocelyn Flores, an actual reaction that I did, which was just a single off of the album because I expected it to be a really good song just from what I heard from people. But I actually wanted to get to the album because it asked for 15 to 25 likes. This video that I did before, which was basically my most recent one, close to 90 likes. So you guys really did smash it up, and you guys must want me to really do this album review. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it right now. Enough talking. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. We're gonna get into the first track. This one is called Xxxtentacion. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. I'm just gonna do short little snippets. I don't want to keep this video too long for you guys, so let's go ahead and get straight into this one.
Tattooed on the right side of my own personal number. I need your money. I value acceptance and loyalty.
Okay.
My pain and thoughts over the words. I put my all into this in hopes that it will help cure or at least numb the depression. I love you. Thank you for listening. Enjoy.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so this is one of the songs that we listened to, which was Jocelyn Flores that you guys were requesting. So let's go ahead and give it another listen because it was a really good track. Man, this is such a deep track. Yo, this track itself, for me, when I first listened to this track, it was a very deep and emotional track. And I actually did my research on it too, so knowing the fact of this backstory about Jocelyn Flores is really interesting too. That was it for Jocelyn Flores, kind of a song that we have already heard, when I did my last reaction to it. So, let's go and get into the next song. I'm not going to really talk that much. I really want to focus on listening to the whole track itself, but then, just talking in between. I might make little side comments on what I think about the song, but I definitely will save everything that I feel about this album or a certain song at the end of the video. Next song, Depression and Obsession. Let's go and get into it. Okay. Here's an acoustic guitar. Yo, this is kind of different. A different vibe from what we've heard. Okay. Yo, this is a very different vibe from what we just heard. But it's very... Man, I don't know what to say. X's music, for me, has such a different variety of music for people to listen to. His voice sounds amazing on this track too. I love how his voice just fades out as well. Yo, that was a really chill track, but I think the fact that X put this certain song, he had like an acoustic guitar on there, which is really good because it sounded really nice with his voice. So I definitely like this track, which was Depression and Obsession. Now, for me, I feel like this album is going in a very different way than I first articulated, in the beginning. So let's go and get into the next track because I'm getting kind of excited just listening to and getting further more into this album. What we have is Everybody Dies in a Nightmare. So this sounds like an interesting track, and it sounds like one of the first tracks that we listened to. Not the first one, but yeah, the first one, which was Jocelyn Flores. Sounds like it's gonna be another deep one. So let's go and get straight into it. Okay. Yeah, this... Okay. Yo, this is very different from what I expected when we just... Okay. I didn't even know X could flow like that, that fast. But he's telling a story though while I'm listening to this. Yo, I didn't know X could rap this fast, yo. That's how you know I don't listen to his music like that. This is the first time thing with any of X's music. This was a really good job, and the fact that he stayed on the beat sounded really nice. Man, the fact that he has these little, it's like it's obviously in chronological order, but the way the fades sound in the music, it just sounds amazing. I really do like that. The song we have is Revenge. It's going to get straight into this one. Okay. This one sounds a little bit different, kind of like the other one we heard with the acoustic guitar in it. Here's a little bit more instrumentation. Yeah, this is a little cool track, but I think people, when they listen to these songs and they listen to X's old music, they see as if it's just gonna be one specific type of variety of music. But for me, I knew just from knowing who X is as a person that he would have different variety of music, you know. Yeah, this is a little cool track. I like this one. Okay, had a little solo there. Then I like that. Yo, I don't know. I'm gonna save all my thoughts to the end because this dude's music is something different, man. And I mean different in a good way, a very positive way. Let's go and get into the next track that we have on here. Now, this one is Save Me. I've heard a little snippet of this. I'm not gonna lie, gonna be honest with you guys. Have heard a snippet, but not really the full song. So let's go and get straight into it. Now, I kind of heard it when it was I think in the middle or the end. It definitely was not in the beginning. Yo, this is a nice little track. Yo, this kind of like sounds like some deep rock and roll stuff. You know, like some real deep. This is like some Nirvana type stuff. You know, like some Kurt Cobain type stuff. Because if you guys ever listen to Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, or anything, basically Nirvana, that's how their certain style has, and kind of like a little bit of old Metallica as well influence. It sounds like it, but mostly kind of sounds like something Kurt Cobain, you know, some type of style like that. Man, these songs that he has are really, really deep. Oh, listen to those chords. The instrumentation on here, what I can say is really good, because just the way it really does sink in with everything, it sounds really, really nice, and I really do like the fact that he imported all that into this one track. You know, it sounds really, really good. I'm not gonna lie about that. App is Dead Inside the Interlude. Now, what is interesting about this is I actually did heard a little snippet as this song as well. It was on Instagram, because I follow X on Instagram. So, I have heard this. So, but it was just a little snippet where the guy was playing, you know, the piano and everything. Straight into it. But obviously wasn't everything. So, these tracks are really, really short too as well. Here on this track, I feel like it's really, really raw. Like, sounds like he did it. I wouldn't say on the newest equipment, but for me it sounds like it's really raw. Like, you can hear his voice, you know, and I don't know how to explain it, but his voice is just really, really deep on here, you know. That was a really touching song for me. I don't even know what to say about that track. I think that was an amazing track. Probably one of his best. Even though that was an interlude, I think that was a really good interlude from the past albums that I've heard before on my own time. That was definitely a really deep and interesting interlude. The fact that his voice just sounded so raw, and just, you know, just his vocals in general. Because if you have a certain song artist and, you know, they do something like that, I would say the same thing. It's not just for X, you know, but the way he's implementing all this certain style, it kind of feels like it's his own uniqueness, you know, in some way. Next song we have is F Love featuring Trippie Redd. Now, I have heard of him. They say he looks like Chucky. I know he kind of does look like Chucky, or what do they say? He looks like a Cardi B or something like that. Alright, let's go to get straight into it. I heard he sounds like Lil Uzi a little bit too. Okay, this is not a depressing song. You can already tell. Hopefully, I don't think it is. I might get the wrong interpretation. Trippie Redd definitely does sound like Lil Uzi. Yo, Trippie Redd definitely does sound like Lil Uzi. He looks like Chucky though, I'm not gonna lie. After I seen that Vlad interview, I was like, this dude sounds like Lil Uzi. Is it me, or does he not sound like Lil Uzi? He does sound like Lil Uzi. Too much. He sounds too much like Lil Uzi. Yo, why does he have to do these little things? You know, I like the fact that it was more. I think this was more a Trippie Redd song. You know, yeah, it was basically more a Trippie Redd song. But he did a good job on here. I think he definitely does sound like Lil Uzi on this. But you know, I'm not gonna. I keep saying it over and over, but it is kind of true. And I think when I first listened to this, if I was to listen to this and it didn't say featuring, and you could just hear his voice, I would assume that's Lil Uzi, just off top. Next song we have on the list is Carry On. Let's go and get straight into it. Yo, these tracks are so short, man. It's kind of getting me irritated. Yo, the fact that I just love the instrumentation on here. The beat is knocking though. Oh my god. Yo, this is definitely a really, really good track, man. I really do like this one. The fact that I'm listening to this at night too doesn't make anything better, you know. This is a really, really good track. Man, I don't know what to think about this album, man. This album has so many different vibes about it. Like, if you were to listen to it, you would assume, you know, this has a different kind, you know, you get the wrong perception when you look at, you know, X's music or just this album cover, you know. So the fact that this song was there was a really, really dope song. And I think the F Love one, which is really set off a different mood for the album. But I like the fact that he just did that song and then he goes back to his old ways, you know, kind of has like some symbolism in there, you know. This is Orlando. Let's go and get straight into this one. See what we think. I'm pretty sure I know who this is. I'm guessing he's targeting Orlando Brown, if I'm not mistaken. Yo, I keep saying this. You don't know what's gonna happen with X's music, man. That's why I love him so much as an artist. His voice is nice too. Like, if he was to sing on a track, it would sound really good. Besides this one, yeah. He has a lot of instruments on here, you know, a lot of instrumentation. I really do like that. He has the piano, he has the acoustic or a guitar, you know, whatever. And then it just slowly fades. He has that effect in a lot of his songs. I've noticed that. He has a little, you know, a little fade out effect, and I really do like that about this album because he does that a lot on this one. Is actually the last song. This one is Ayala. So hopefully I pronounced that wrong. I probably did, but this is the outro, so let's go and get straight into it. These tracks are so short, man. I keep saying that, but they really are. I wish he would have made this album a little bit longer. There you go with more piano. Okay, now he has the guitar in there. Alright. Yo, I can't believe that's it for the album, man. Alright, let me sum up everything now. Let me put everything away and let me give you guys my honest opinion of what I thought about this album. I got actually a lot of things to talk about. Now, I know a lot of people were telling me, or, you know, a lot of people were telling me save everything I say to the end. But this album, let me just summarize what I think. X's album, this album itself was a very great album. I think, in my personal opinion, if I was to listen to an album again, in terms of hip-hop, and I love the fact that X is the first hip-hop artist that I actually put on my channel, which does mean a lot to me because, you know, there have been many requests to do certain hip-hop artists and then just put them on my channel, but, you know, when I heard mixed reviews about this album, not mixed reviews in a bad way, but mixed reviews in terms of there's actually mixed emotions about this album because people, you know, they assume it's going to be what you've heard before from his music, you know. A lot of people, like I said in my comments or my past video, a lot of people assume, you know, X blew up off of Look At Me, and that is, you know, sort of true. Even if you're a diehard X fan, you know that is kind of, you know, sort of true because if you look at that song, it's basically one of his most played songs, one of his most played out songs, and he got more recognition from that certain song. So I'm not saying his other music's bad, it just didn't blow up in that certain way. You know, when you make songs that are depressing or songs that give a message, usually most of the time those songs don't really get played like that. You know, it's not really a radio hit, it's more of just a regular song, you know, part of your album. But honestly, from this, I could definitely say X is a very conscious rapper, you know, and like I said before in my past videos, I think we as people, as consumers, as listeners, should really engage in that more, you know, conscious rappers. I'm not really the type of person to listen to certain artists nowadays, you know. I listen to artists like J. Cole, you know, Kendrick Lamar, Logic, you know, J-Rock. I listen to certain artists like that, Childish Gambino. I listen to more of, you know, those type of rappers, Lupe Fiasco, Chance the Rapper. You know, that's my type of suggestions and options, you know, for go-to music. And underground artists like Immortal Technique, Zero, you know, K Reno. Those artists right there are underground artists. So I'm not just someone who listens to mainstream artists, but definitely different varieties in terms of hip hop. You know, people that give a message. Let's go back to X. I think this was an amazing album, and he touched upon a lot of things, like the Orlando song that had to deal with obviously Orlando Brown. If you know, if I stand wrong, just let me know. But the fact that he touched on such a topic like that, really interesting to me because, like I said in my past videos, a lot of rappers don't talk about stuff like that, you know. And to me, as a listener, you know, that's something I want to hear. I want to hear people talking about stuff, you know. You know, we had rappers like Tupac, we had rappers like Biggie, we had rappers that really spoke for something, you know, as, you know, artists, as individuals. Don't get me wrong, we still have that now, but it's not as big as it was. If you guys like this album review, make sure to give it a like. Comment down below any more of X's songs because I got a couple more that one of my subscribers suggested. So if you guys like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We already hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much. If you guys could follow me on Twitter and Instagram, I really appreciate it. I have those in the description down below, so you guys can go ahead and do that. Anyways, man, I don't know what to say. This was an amazing album. About 10 o'clock right now, almost 10:30. I'm probably gonna be in my feelings for the rest of the night. I'm just gonna probably have Carry On repeat, Save Me, Jocelyn Flores on, you know, for the rest of the day. So wish me luck. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace out.